Good afternoon and good evening, and thank you so much for joining us here today. I hope, as we are waiting, you're able to grab a cup of coffee or tea. Please do let us know what is it that you want to learn today. Share your name and your title and the city and the school that you're joining from. And yes, there's a question for you to answer, which is how do you like your tea or coffee? Not that I can serve you today, but let's go ahead and introduce ourselves in the chat. Please add your name, your school, your city, and just for fun, let me know how do you like your tea or coffee? So please go ahead, use the chat window for this, and we'll start shortly. Thank you. Wonderful to see, all of you here. It's always a joy to come and meet you here. So yes, thank you for joining in. Hi, Tanu. Hi, Dr. Janani. Hi, Mehak. Hi, Dr. Charu. Hey, do tell me how do you like your tea or coffee? Well, whenever we meet, whenever, I should know and I should be able to offer you one as you like it, right? So, yep, let me know how do you like your tea or coffee? Hi, Maninder. So, thank you all for coming in. And today, I am Meenakshi Oberoi, and I'm today going to speak about data-informed learning using AI. And it's very close to our heart at D Pedagogics to be able to leverage data-informed learning or AI basically. So AI holds a big place, and we would want to stay connected with you. That's our Instagram handle. Though please go ahead, follow us, and we are very, very grateful. We are 1106 together and want to grow every day. So yeah, please do share with us uh, the joy of belonging to a community. I've shared the link in the chat window. And also last time's session, if you have not attended, do know we posted it on Instagram, and it is also available on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is, again, I'm going to share that link as well here in the chat window, and you could just simply follow that as well. So, as you like it, you can keep up with us out there. Okay, so we are talking about data informed learning using AI. Um, I think this is a very transformative approach, and it's relatively new, but there's a lot of scope. Therefore, we're today going to talk about the way we can leverage data and AI to enhance our educational practices and how we can bring about a change. According to a data quality campaign survey, 86% of educators think that using data is an important part of being an effective teacher. And I'm sure you think alike as well. 81% think their students will benefit when instructions is informed by data. And many educators cite three common barriers to using student data: not enough time in the day or too much data to use, and data isn't accessible in time to affect the instructions. So with all of these things, what comes in very handy is Microsoft's Learning Accelerator, as they literally provide a solution that includes a holistic view of students' both strengths and challenges. So it gives you a very quick view, which is pretty digestible by anybody, whether you are a tech expert or not. And it just helps you identify areas where we need additional support or we need to complement the learning of a student. And by analyzing this performance, I think what we are looking at is by reading these learning patterns, we are trying to increase engagement, look at better learning outcomes, and tools like Microsoft Insight provide actionable insights to support our personalized learning approach as well. So, for us, data informed learning empowers teachers to create more effective, more tailored instructions, ensuring that every student receives the support that they need to succeed. And that is exactly what the ultimate goal of being an educator is. Yeah. So here you go. Let's start with our session about data. And what's beautiful is I love the concept of bringing in learning using data, because there is so much that you can do with it. And this, while the scope is unlimited, you can actually, have to, I would say, in your schools, you will have to go back, have a conversation of how these few words that are written on your screen right now, that how this power can be utilized in your school. Data is power actually highlights, the immense value that data has for decision making and problem solving in our schools. And there are many, many ways in which we can improve student learning, and are able to help the other students who are actually struggling. Okay, so I'm going to pause here because I'm getting innumerable messages saying that they're trying to connect and they're getting dropped out, or getting blocked. So I have no other way but to give them the link once again. So just allow me to pause for a quick one over here. Yeah, allow me to just share this with those users. And they're saying we are five of us who are trying to join, so I'm trying to give, but I'm not sure why they're facing a problem. Anybody who can help resolve, please do help resolve. I'm not sure what to do. Okay. Okay. I think, here you go. All right. So I have let, the link be shared with many. Everybody says, let me in. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to go to settings, check my settings, turn them on and off again, and save. I hope they're able to join. Really, it's going to be sad if they're not able to join. There comes times where we don't know what to do, and that's technology for us, isn't it? And that's why sessions like these, which will allow us to uh, bring this learning closer to you. So I'm not sure what to do here. If anybody has a solution, please do offer. There are many teachers saying, please let me in. I'm so sorry. Okay, now I'm going to keep that aside because I don't want to look at these messages anymore. And I really want to be with you because you're here. And so am I. So here you go. Okay, so we were talking about data. I always believe that, data is power. And I think in education, there are many places where we are stuck. And, at large, when we have about 30 students, I really want to help every student in my class. But if I go out to help these students, I need to have data over time. Let's say they have come to grade 4 or 5 in my class. I'm not sure what their learning journey has been from grade 2, 3, and 4. And data, if kept and maintained properly, can actually give me a great view. So, when educators harness this power of data, they can actually identify the learning gaps, track improvements. Has there been any efforts that have been put in the past? Are there efforts happening at home, school, outside? Anywhere, and we take a collective view of what the learning or the improvement track has been, and we try and enrich that. So that is the core objective of having data, and it just gives me the power to be able to have more effective learning environments and be able to reach out to each student, and that they have the opportunity to thrive. I think all of you hear me when I say that. So today my learning objectives will be: one, let's navigate through your insights dashboards to display and identify trends. Number one, what are these trends? How are we going to use it? How to make sense of it? All of this. And we also want to proactively monitor uh, you know, student activity. Additionally, apply insights or metrics to support our students. So, how are we going to do all of this is what I am looking at today, and that's my agenda. However, if you have any questions, and I would definitely want you to ask many, many questions, please ask as many questions as you can, and come back to us to say, hey, I want to know more about this, because that really helps me tailor these sessions to your needs and requirements. So while we talk about this AI generated data in school education, we do assume that you do have access to teams, and insights resides within teams, and that teams is being used. Yeah. So here we are. You're looking at a very, very rich, insight dashboard. This gives you a complete holistic view. And it's really amazing to see that this premium version of Insights has been included in M365 education, and this is at no cost. So even the A1 licenses, if you have those, these will be available to you. And from teachers to school leaders to students to parents, everybody can monitor the academic progress and well-being across their organizations to help improve learning outcomes with actionable insights. And built within this are, of course, student safety, privacy, and security in mind. And therefore, you don't need to worry about compliance issues, industry standards. Microsoft has already taken care of that with Insights. And here's an example report, which is across the class. And you can just click on any of this to see what it means. And the blue lines or the purple lines that you see, you can actually dig deeper over here and it'll tell you exactly when, what, where, which document. So you could actually be tracking what the digital activity is. Many a times we've heard from educators, and this is very interesting. Okay. Many a times we've heard from educators that, our classes have shifted to online classes. But the problem is, I'm not sure if the student is online, if they are even listening or what. Guess what? You can actually go into this dashboard, click and check that at this time, what was the student doing? So if you're talking about, let's say you're a mathematics teacher, you're doing maths, and this student is actually looking at a PPT on accessibility and demonstration, you could actually catch to say, hey, I saw you were not focusing. So probably real time, if you're not able to, because you're taking a class, you're not able to look at insights, you could actually go back to say, when I was taking that class, I noticed that this is what you were doing. This is huge. I think this was the best feature that came in during the pandemic time, and many, many, many of us literally blessed our stars that we had this insight of digital activity. In fact, there were some hilarious incidents that happened that when started teachers started looking at this data, they actually could go and see this one is doing some history homework. That one is actually not even, here and not doing any major activity, whether you are asking questions and this one is not responding or doing something else. So there is loads that you can do over here. I've just spoken about the digital activity and given you one usage. So who uses insights? That is one of the most commonly asked questions. Well, an educator is anyone who owns a class team. The educator can include anybody from the class teacher's perspective, from the subject teacher, it could be anybody. They access these insights at a class level and they see the activity of students assigned to their class, but can't access from other classes. That is very clear, right? Because you're a part of the class team, you're able to do that. And insights help educators to understand and support their students. And there is no prerequisite for using insights, it's already built in. If you go to your teams and go to your class team, on the left side menu, you will see insight already exists. Okay. So you simply don't have to add in case not there, then just go to the apps bar and use a tab or just right click to say add insights to the left app or bar as you like it. All right. So it's very easy and to access and to find. I hope that helps. Here you go. Here's a quick peek that over here you will see left. Okay, this is not okay, no, not this one. Okay, let's go to this now. When is insights used? Yeah, exactly. Who uses? Show of hands. How many of you use insights? Let's see, show of hands. How many of you use insights? Okay, I have one person. Thank you, Archana ma'am, for your leadership. Wonderful. Uh-huh. Okay, Pooja ma'am. Excellent. Anyone else? Okay, no worries. So, well, let's say we have a lot of scope there. Yeah. So when is insight used? Insights is used many a times for many reasons. Let me show you when is it used. It is used for enhancing any learning cycle at any stage. So insights can actually support learning communities for teachers like ourselves. And with real-time metrics, what happens is that across multiple dimensions. Now I can't find out 10 things, right? So it'll go across multiple dimensions in the sense, like I said, if the student was in the Teams meeting or not, were they interactive or not? Now, I can't do that, right? But yeah, so I'm not sure what to do. So here is where Insight steps in. When I can't do everything, I rely on AI. With real-time metrics, what it does is it takes up those multiple dimensions and it supports continuous learning. Let's say it's the identification stage, right? Now, here, how and when students engage with educators during course material or with their peer, or how they perform in assignments, all of that is something that you can identify using insights. Number two, reflection, very important. These inputs support how the students can succeed and determine areas of growth and where assistance is required. And I'll quote this more examples to explain this. It helps us discuss with students the findings, have a productive dialogue to strengthen relationships, goal setting, self review. It helps you spark conversation and a collaboration with both parent and student. And of course, at the end of the day, improve outcomes. The last piece is that of taking action. You know what? Let me simplify this. And I'll tell you after I've explained taking action, I'll give you a very everyday example. So, taking action to develop intervention is something that you can do. You can provide feedback on growth areas, modify maybe your own teaching methods, or identify extra support if required. So, while we are in a classroom, I want to give a response to everybody. And we do, if they do some work in their notebook or if they do some work on paper, we correct it and we do give certain feedback. You know, a child's attention towards submission towards an assignment fades after submission. They know you as teachers are going to correct it. You will find mistakes and you will want to lend help to help them, but we can only offer them limited help by saying that, this is right, this is wrong, or offer a kind of a sentence to help them, which is again very difficult, but we try, right? We always try. And we try that, pose this assignment, at least five students is something that is, I remember way back when these insights were not there. We had a rule in our school that for every assignment, you must choose at least five students to give feedback to. So that's a practice that you could take back. Love that practice, love the relationships, how the relationships grew stronger, how the communication was much clearer to students. So it was just not returning of paper or notebook. Every assignment by rotation, I had to have a word with at least five educators. Now, when I have that dialogue had all of these things. Identification of areas of strength first. My student performed, and I said, "Hey, you know what? You did extremely well. In these areas." Identification of areas of growth, not because you've not written the correct answer, you're wrong, but there is scope to grow. So, areas of growth is what we used to identify. And then I used to say, okay, take a minute, reflect on it. I'm going to talk to the next student and then I'm going to come to you. So, you give them time to reflect on their own journey. That gives them scope to build in their own mind a plan or a kind of a goal or a kind of a way to say, okay, maybe if I do this, then maybe it'll help me. Yeah. Then we have a discussion about it. The child comes back to me and we have a discussion and we go into self review to say, okay, so this is what probably, the improved outcome that could look like, the kind of timeline that is required to meet that, any kind of support that the child needs. So these dialogues on an everyday basis are very difficult for you to have, right? And then, of course, taking action and keeping track of the action. All of this is what Insights does for you. It'll inform you. It'll identify the area of, both success and growth. It'll help you, reflect on, okay, did I really teach it the way? I mean, Imagine I've been through a class and this actually happened. Okay, I went to this class and I delivered the learning the best way possible. But you know, when I reflected, the students did not perform very well in that assignment. And when I reflected on my practice, I said maybe I was very focused on delivering it well, not not focused on students receiving it well. So that's a change of perspective that we are looking at that allows me to have a reflection into my teaching strategies, and probably I needed to modify something. So it just gives you food for thought. That's what if I could put it literally in crux and give you in a sentence, it's a lot of food for thought. Yeah. I hope I'm making sense. And what about privacy and security? I think with Microsoft, that's sorted, and Microsoft personnel can't access the data or see it except as allowed by compliance in an audited way to maintain the service, such as data recovery. Okay, so you can stay rest assured that Microsoft 365 meets national, regional, and industry specific regulations for data collection and usage between GDPR, FERPA, that is Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, and it literally protects the privacy of the students' education records. This is a question that you must ask when you're making your decisions for which place to gather the data, which place to interpret the data, and which place to inform data. Very important. Yeah. So here is the team's, education, insights, education insights at play. You can see many things over here. You can see how the entire Learning Accelerator suite at a glance gives you data to view to help you track your students in teams and their activity, from assignment turn-ins to engagement to their reading abilities. It's a game changing tool for educators. And if you're looking to streamline instructions and individualize student learning, you can actually empower yourself to save time and focus on what matters most, and that is helping students succeed. So I hope I've been able to create a space for data informed learning and using AI. And I want to move to how does data support learning? So I've given you multiple examples, but just to put it in nutshell, I think Insights just shines a spotlight on a student's learning and digital engagement. What it does is it supports learning and it shows the level of students' engagement on the digital platform. Therefore, we always insist that even if you are not using Teams for asynchronous learning, asynchronous learning, or connecting through Teams meetings, do not forget the asynchronous part. Please continue to post your assignments. Use this as your learning management system. Post your assignments in your class teams. Insist on your students to submit. Do not lose on those practices, because those days in a year where schools are suddenly closed are many now. Government doesn't even think. They know online platforms are there and they will go back to it. And ask me, we actually go into a frenzy because some states, some city schools have shut down. They immediately come back to us saying, hey, you know what, during pandemic we had Teams, but we're not using it now. How can we revive? And then the training has to happen again. Why do you want all of that hassle? If you can keep something alive, please do. And the best thing is that um, while you're looking at this kind of a platform, Microsoft does not assign any positive or negative value to the actions that are being taken. So the purpose of the data here is to collect and support the student and educator to achieve their best, literally. So providing support to student is the main objective. And let's say a student has not been active during a specific period or did not complete an assignment last week on time. The data is surfaced and it'll highlight the student to say, hey, this student needs your attention, because for many many days this student has been inconsistent about the work. So it'll give you just a nudge or a check to to check the student, and the teacher can remain responsible to interact with the student. So that information doesn't go to the student, so it doesn't directly interact with the student. The inside dashboards are only visible to the teachers. So you can actually take an informed decision and determine the underlying reason. Possibly, the student has been traveling, the student has not been keeping well, or has already informed you that I will not be very active because of unavailability of devices on certain days where parents travel and students stay back. So Insights has been designed to support both students and teachers in that digital learning environment, and it does not directly capture the data about educators or students and deliver it to anybody. No, it doesn't do that. So please stay rest assured that this is something that you can rely on as far as data is concerned. But the kind of support that you get from it is absolutely beautiful. Where do users find insights? You can find it in two methods. One is your personal app, that is, an overview of all the activities that are happening in your class. Two, as a tab. So on the left side menu, you will have a tab, and I'll show you both the things in a minute, and you can actually see. So, what I'm talking about is visualize data to quickly identify on trends. That's the big message. What do I mean by trends? Here you go. This is the kind of report that you get. These are automated data analysis that have happened. This actually saves a lot of your time, helps you plan better, helps you give feedback to the students, and provides you help wherever needed. That is, it spotlights certain data points or visualizations to keep you informed on the trends of the students. For example, over here you see five students might need more support next week. You go inside this, it'll highlight those five students and the topic on which they need help. Updated, somebody has was often late or for the meetings last week. There you go. You can actually catch somebody to say, hey, you've been late often. Let's just have you on time. As simple as that. The system will not say, you could say it your way. Yeah. So, the power of learning accelerators is what I'm moving towards. I hope you know learning accelerators are available and they've been divided in three major categories: foundational skills, future ready skills, and education insights. And today, my focus is not the first two, but the last one, which is education insights. So, foundational skills, as you can see over here, it'll show you progress that is being made in reading progress. It'll tell you the average, rate at which your class is reading. It will tell you data about each and every student. You can drill inside these dots to see which student is doing performing at which level. It'll also help you to see what are the class words that most of the students struggle with or are not able to say or do properly. Also, it'll tell you how to manage, your classes or assignments, or automate those assignments to give to your students. For example, here's the next challenge, that you can create very quickly. These words will automatically pop up, and all you have to do is choose how many words you want to send. I think I've spoken a lot today, and I should actually jump into giving you a walkthrough through all these insights. So, you see, here I am in class Teams. Oh, sorry, here I am in Teams, and allow me to jump into one of my classes. Here you go. This is my most worked upon class. You see over here on the left hand side, if you want insights and you don't see it, one, please do view this. You will have insights available here. Simply just click on it and it'll pop up here. And you can see it, populated here as well. And it'll give you a peek into what your class has been doing. Just a second. Here you go. Look, take a look at this. Yeah. So here's my class report for class 9Y. Let me try and get you grade 4 because, like I said, that is one of the most used ones. There you go. So all the classes that you're a part of, because I've created all these classes so I can see. Now over here, these are my students. And you can see the digital activity assignments, reading, and reflect also. Yes, reflect trends are also available. I'm just showing you an overview right now. I'll deep dive as well. Activity is that 11 students were inactive. Who are these 11 students? There you go. Oh my God, even I've been inactive. So this is just a demo team. Please don't get carried away by the scantiness of this whole piece, but I'll just collapse this to give you a complete view. Here you go. This is the reading progress overview. Only one of my student is diligent, and the one who's been reading very frequently. You can actually rest your cursor on this dot to see what is the reading rate during this entire piece. Yeah, as you can see on 1st September, it dropped, but on May 9th, it was pretty good. Yeah. So, and also it gives you all the challenging words. Not only that, click on the three words, click on this to create an assignment. Do you see the school bag symbol? Simply just click over here, generate a passage, or create a list of words as you like it. Let's say I say generate a passage. There you go. Automatically, it is using all these words. I can add more words or minus out probably Dylan out of it. And it should not sound repetitive to my students. And I can say generate new text. Now, based on my choices, it will generate new text over here. Yeah. And all I need to do is create an assignment. Now, this is the challenge assignment that I'm creating, and I can send it out immediately. Now, you see what has happened? I looked at the data that was collected. It gave me beautiful visualizations. It also gave me this kind of an actionable piece. And I'm not touching anything, but I'm just giving you a sample here, but I can make all the changes that I want. Challenge assignment, let's say September 24th, right? So I don't even need to write that because the date will come over here and I can simply assign. There you go. So, my students will get this assignment based on simply my going into insights and checking out what my class is up to. It's that simple. Yeah, it's so doable. Apart from that, of course, the mood trends, the reflect trend, my class looks pretty happy, huh? Look at that. I have a complete trend showing that only one respondent had said, but then the respondent is very happy. What are the topmost emotions? Hey, I got two over there. Fantastic and kudos to me. But yeah, that's a mock one, and you know that. You want to create a reflect check in once again over here. Again, it's all actionable right here. You can do this. Let's say, how are you feeling this week? And I'm going to create a check in and I can send it out, and my students can respond. Do remember, this is internal and it's closed. Okay. I cannot share a link today with you to do that, which I normally do, that I quickly give you a check-in and you tell me how are you doing. Yeah. So today I'm working on insights and I want to focus on that. Look at this turn in statistics, sorry. There are 11 students who have missed this, and all the 12 have missed this. If you want to learn more, you can simply go here. And again, when you go to learn more, it'll give you exact trend of my class. Look at that, the assignment wise trend, which will tell me, hey, this is something that my students really like, these two pieces, because two of my students have done, and the third piece. This is somewhat liked. Probably this piece they did not like. Or I could look at, maybe this week was heavy for them, and I don't think I should have sent that a reading assignment. So those are the kind of insights that I get. And I also click over here to see the view of which student was this. Yeah. So I could look at this and look at the trend also telling me that students with Teams activity, they are inactive. All students are inactive here. There are some students who might come on a weekday, and I can learn about the trends again over here to see what are the days on which students mostly access Teams. For example, I've given a reading assignment and I normally give it for a week. So one Friday I send it, and by next Friday I keep a closing day, or by next Sunday you can keep a closing day. That will give you an insight into which is the preferred day on which students read normally. Is it a Tuesday? Is it a Wednesday? It just helps you, bringing in or talking about this further in your class. And here also, you can actually take this digital activity report, literally like this, and search it for all activities or meetings, communication files that you've been sending, or assignments that you've been giving over a period of time. That is probably, is this only this week or previous month? Also, I have seen similar trends. So, what you're looking at is a data which is very difficult for me to actually collate as a teacher. But over here, I can easily go ahead and do this. Using insights. So it just creates beautiful, amazing insight which are actionable for me. I also want to bring in to your notice the digital activity. So here was a digital activity that I just showed you. Assignments view is was the next thing that I showed you. Again, I've taken it for last year, and I can show you that, these are, of course, I've not graded any. You can see the trends are not available. If I reduce this, probably I might get it, let's say this month. Let me see if I get it. I'm not sure because this is a mock team. I don't get time to actually, grade these, but assignments are something that have been not returned or missing will all be reported over here, and this is quite actionable data for me. Reading is something that I've shown you, and so is reflect. I'm going to pause here to see if we have any questions before I move onward. So I'm pausing here. If you have any questions, please do ask. I'm feeling very bad for many people who have not been able to join us. Not sure what the reason is, but probably I will have to, take a look at my insights to know what the challenge is, or my analytics to let me know what the challenge could have been. Yeah. So go ahead and share any questions that would have popped up in your mind, and I'll be happy to answer. I'm pausing. Or any thoughts, any learnings, any aha or wow moments that you've been able to get in today's session, please go ahead and, help me. Okay. Um, Please go ahead. I am just waiting for your comments to pop in. In case they don't, then I will move onwards and take you ahead in this session. I'll give you a minute to ponder over what we have spoken about. Okay, let me put it this way. Each student has unique experiences, skills, and voice. And I think insights just help you understand your students and respond to their needs. That is something that I believe in. And I think it just gives you very digestible visualizations. They're not complex, they're not difficult to read. You'll understand and know very quickly how to handle this. And how is it that I'm going to enable that personalized learning experience in my class using insights. This is something that we have found much success in. If you try and implement this in your school proactively and make it mandatory for your teachers to post assignments on Teams, it automatically comes into play. You do not have to activate anything. And when presented and interpreted meaningfully, I think this is very reliable data that helps you in making informed decisions about your class. And it helps you not just handling the academic part of, handling students, but also emotional, social, and, possibly more individualistic or personalized. I didn't want to use the word personalized, more individualistic needs, that need to be met. Yeah. And if you do not know how to access learning accelerators, this is a great link which will allow you to have a demo, which is a very interactive demo. I absolutely loved it. So I just brought it here for you so that you could take a look at it and leverage it. I've also posted this in the chat window. It's absolutely amazing. If your school teachers need practice or training on this, just share this link. Make it mandatory for them that within the next 15 days, you should have used this interactive demo of learning accelerators. And believe you me, you'll see a change. Um, we've heard a lot of data about the presentation skills that are highly valued today in the workplace. 98.5% of employees ranked communication skills as very important and extremely important skills, and the same employers believe that 54.3% of college grads need to be proficient or extremely or very proficient on uh, these skills. Now, to help them improve, we definitely need tools like Speaker Coach that can be of help. Speaker Coach is a part of Learning Accelerators, And the best thing is, as you speak, it provides you real time feedback and coaching. And best is, it reduces anxiety and it develops confidence. That's exactly the ultimate objective of what we do. I have a comment from Pooja ma'am, which I want to pause and read. I've always been using the data to harness the same in making informed decision. It helped me in improving my students' performance too in the subject. Wonderful. Thank you to for sharing. It's extremely important for us to recognize the success points. So thank you, Pooja ma'am, for sharing. And the common challenges that we as educators and learners have is we never have enough time to practice and to give personalized feedback to each of those learners, right? Now, towards that, sorry, we have assignments where you have buttons that can actually help you create these assignments within Microsoft Teams. Speaker Coach is available, and even in the Teams meeting that I'm hosting right now, Speaker Coach is available. You can actually create this assignment, send it out to your students, and they can learn on their own. And at the other end, what you get are beautiful insights, which are actionable, which are very informative, that help you. And also, by the way, you can set your language, yeah, over here. If you want them proficient not just in English language, but your school offers other languages like Spanish, Hindi, of course. Then you have French, you have German, any language that you want, you could actually put it in that, and the learners can actually practice on their own. And as they practice or rehearse using this AI powered tool, you get a AI generated rehearsal report that can actually help you. And believe you me, I've always believed that effort reports are much, much more needed than the performance reports. Performance reports, obviously, we cannot do away with, but the kind of effort that the student has been putting is something that we as teachers need to know so that we can encourage our students into doing the right thing at the right time. And as a speaker coach, gives a feedback to the student, it also delivers you a feedback where you can actually look at, you could actually select or not select some of these between pace, pronunciation, body language, filler words, inclusiveness, pitch, and repetitive language. Imagine, we can never, ever, ever humanly give feedback on all these parameters, but you could actually choose, toggle the button to yes or no, so that when you're about to give this assignment, you already know what kind of a view are you going to give to the student and to yourself as well. So as the student works on this, as this learning accelerator piece called Speaker Progress, this is available to students right now. Also, you give it to them. This is your AI powered real time coaching and feedback on public speaking skills, wherein you will see things like pace, pitch, filler words, and more, as I just told you. And then speaker progress is something that gives you, as teachers, time to evaluate how the student has been, leveraging this opportunity for independent practice. And it also informs you about the trends that you can see. Similarly, other learning accelerators. So I've covered two today. One is reading progress, and the other one is speaker coach. You already know about reading progress and how it can be. The good news is that there is math skills that are coming up. Math skills are something that are foundational for every learner, and everyone needs to have a fundamental math skill to be able to serve as a building block for complex concepts as you learn, as you grow, or go to the higher grades. So, math progress actually addresses some of these top challenges. It's in the trial phase. You can always sign up, and your school can be a part of the trial phase, and you can actually bring in more success as far as math concepts are concerned. Let me ask you a question here. Fast five. How often do you track individuals, learners' understanding of mathematical concepts? Do you ever do that? Are you able to ever find time to do that? How often do you do it? Just give me a figure in the chat window saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll be happy. 5. Wow. Always. Fantastic. After every concept. Excellent. All of you are at 5. This is fantastic. You know why? Because this shows your intent to do so. It's only a matter of, I wish AI could accelerate this, or, show me some patterns or trends of my students' performance, behavior, and engagement so that, I could actually work on it. So these AI generated data really helps you in automating your everyday tasks that you are so diligently working towards, and it helps you provide these analytics which are very easy to understand, and you can integrate these and allow your students to have a more efficient and personalized way of creating an impact that they're trying to do every day in the classrooms. I hope today I've been able to share with you multiple ways in which data informed learning can really be helpful, and how this can actually bring about a change in the ways we teach and learn, and the ways in which we want to make our classrooms stronger. In fact, this is a practice of using data as a guide to enhance teaching learning processes, and we always involve analyzing information. And I remember this is term end, our principals always used to ask us about student performance, and we had to create Excel sheets and use analytics over there. Imagine these dashboards are already ready to supplement and complement what you're going to say. Imagine that the in the last week of September, when you have your PTM, you're sitting with these kind of reports in your hand, and you're making you're making a conversation, or you're striking a conversation with parents with this analytics, or progress tracker in hand, identifying the learning gaps and showing parents and student how this personalized learning can actually bring about a change, and it can help you create a more targeted intervention. So when the parents say, please tell me what is it specifically that I can do, here's a targeted intervention that you could actually inform them about and foster better student learning outcomes. That is exactly what our entire ecosystem works towards. So, I'm going to pause here, and I know I'm closing this by saying that every educator I know of, and not just you all. I highly respect you all who have come in here to attend this session, but every teacher has this powerful dream of meeting the specific needs of every learner, and we very much respect that. And each one of you is a part of this learning journey. We encourage you to go ahead and learn more, do more, and continue your learning journey so that you can know more. And if you want to have a learning track on, insights, you can always go to the Educator Center, and there are courses there that you could actually do and complete. I'll be happy to share. And of course, if it's this is not enabled in your school, please do not hesitate to go ahead and ask your school, IT teams to enable this for you or to help you see where it lies, and I can give you a track to go ahead and complete to know how to leverage these insights. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. But here's your course of the week, as I would love to call it. But here's a course on Microsoft Learn that can help you know more about this. Very important for you to actually, uh, you know, uh, go ahead and complete this. It's a very simple 26-minute module, and it'll help you understand this better. Also earn your certificate and badge using this. There's a beautiful resource that is available, and I would encourage all of you to please share this resource with your teachers. We are trying to share this in every session possible because this must reach every educator in every institution. There are quick start guides on not every, okay, on most of the tools. Okay, please share this very widely in your school. Let teachers have this, print this, put it up in your staff room, in your ICT labs. They're very helpful guides, and they really help you learn very, very quickly. And they are very meaningful. They've been created by another educator itself, MIE expert. So these are beautiful, colorful, quick start guides. I swear by them, and literally take them away, give them today in your classroom. See if there's one. Yes, I think there's one on Insights as well. So go ahead and please leverage this and take this and do thank the MI expert who's created this. The name is given. You know that our sessions are recorded and they are available on both YouTube and our Instagram handle. Therefore, please go ahead and follow us there so that you are informed very often after the sessions. Like right now, also when I'm talking to you, I know there are many, many, many um, of educators who have not been able to join today. They are literally following up for the recording. I know you don't need to ask us. They'll always be there on YouTube and also on Instagram. So, just follow us and you'll know where to go and what to bring in. So, please do, take these links and share with your colleagues as well. And the next time we meet will be on 1st of October. What a great way to start a new month. Hundreds of you had asked for a session on 5 E's, 5 E's of learning to empower students. And I'm just going to tell you this is a session not to be missed. Okay. So please come back. Shall I be giving you a peek into why not? Actually, the time allows me. I have about 4 minutes to speak about it. So allow me to tell you the 5 E's of learning is an instructional model. It is not just promoted by NEP 2020 or NCF 2023, but it's a widely accepted model globally, and it promotes active learning and inquiry based teaching. It has 5 phases, like the 5 E's. The phases are engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. And next time, we are going to talk about this model to encourage student centered learning and active participation, and how you can actually use technology to help you go through these 5 E's. So, if you've never attended a session or if you want to revisit the concept of 5 E's, don't forget to join next time. But may I please request everyone to kindly, one, please invite more educators to join here. I understand you have exams and all going on, you all are exhausted. Totally understandable. Yet, I would say make sure that they do, catch the recording is at least. And your feedback is highly appreciated. Appreciate if you could just spend a few minutes giving us feedback, allow us to get better at what we do. And we want to improve each day. So allow us to do so, please. And, it'll take just about a few minutes, I assure you. So kindly just provide us a feedback. And yes, I'm very, very grateful for you to have joined us here. And I cannot thank you enough for being here. It was absolutely amazing meeting you here. I'll wait for a few minutes till you give us a feedback. I'm keeping an eye on the form and I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. And thank you for those kind words that are coming in the chat window. Thank you. I'm here for another 2 minutes if anyone needs anything.